Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, you guys are always asking for storytime videos, and I know they're super popular on the interwebs here, so I thought I would give you one. If you have any suggestions of what you want to see, maybe anything you want to hear about, obviously there's some things you wouldn't be able to guess that I've been through, but any particular storytime that you would want to hear about based on what you know about me, leave that down in the comments, and I will get around to it if you guys enjoy these videos. So, I wasn't a great kid. Like, I have 5 older siblings, and, well, the lighting is doing things in here. And my parents weren't really around. My daddy wasn't around at all. And then my mom worked a lot. So we were really left to sort of fend for ourselves and figure our own lives out. And so, you know, we were scrappy young lads, okay? So if we wanted something, we got it. If we needed something, we figured out how to get it. So when I was in high school, I was in, I think I was a sophomore, my parents decided to move. And so they bought a house, well, they built a house, and then we moved from Aurora, which is where we lived. I was born and raised on the east side of Aurora, and I went to East Aurora High School, and we moved from there to where they live now, which is like a 20-minute drive. So instead of living a mile away, I lived like 12 miles away or whatever. And my brother was a senior, so my brother kept going to school because it was his final year, and we moved in the middle of the school year. We moved in like January or something, and I was a sophomore, and I was an idiot. So I was like, instead of going to this good school over here, I want to keep going to this crappy school because that's where my friends are. So I decided to keep going to East Aurora, which is the high school that I had been enrolled in. And I needed a way to get to school, obviously, because I couldn't walk there anymore since it was so far away. So my mom would let me drive her car because she worked like a different shift or something. So I would drive my mom's car to school on the days that I went because I skipped half of high school. I mean, I missed 30, 40 days every single semester because thug life. I just made bad decisions. Stay in school, guys. I did go on to graduate from college though, so yeah, that's right. I became responsible after I had some unflagged pregnancies. But anyway, I used to drive to school, and I would always want to park at the school because the school had a parking lot, which made sense, right? So the juniors and the seniors, which is what I was at that point, they were allowed to drive to school, and I have an early, late birthday kind of, so I was one of the first people to get my license because I was able to take driver's ed early because I'm one of the old kids in school because my birthday's in November. So I had the car, I was driving around, pimping, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was driving my mom's car, which was new at that time. And I would go and I would park at the school, and they let you park there for like a few weeks without getting upset. But then you have to get a parking pass. So I like told my mom, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta get a parking pass. I need the insurance info, like all that, right? She said, okay, cool. So she gave me the information. I went to the office to get my parking pass so that I could like park in the parking lot, you know? And they're like, well, we see you got the money, we see you got the insurance on the car, but your name's not on the insurance. I was like, well, duh, my name's not on the insurance. I'm a dumbass 16-year-old. You think my mom's gonna put my name on the insurance? Do you know how much the insurance is gonna go up if you put a 16-year-old on the insurance? The car is insured. Who cares if my name is on it? The car is insured. If I drive it off a cliff, the car is insured. It doesn't matter. So they were like, no, that's not okay. Your name has to be on the insurance. On the insurance. My mom's like, I ain't putting your name on the insurance. I ain't no damn fool. And so I was kind of stuck, right? I'm like, well, I need to park the car. I need to be able to drive to school on those days when I'm not skipping. I need to be able to drive to school and park the car so that I can go to class. I'm already super far away. I was already late all the time. Like, so that became an issue. So I was like, you know what? Psh, thug life. I'm just gonna keep parking here. So I did. And I would just like park towards the front, and then I would park towards the back, or I would get there like an hour late or 2 hours late, and then I would leave like an hour early because they did have people that would go up and down the parking lot making sure that people had their parking passes displayed. So I didn't get a parking pass because they wouldn't allow it. So the guy who would go up and down in his little damn car, I don't know what his name was, but he was a mean little man, and he would go and he had to be illiterate because he would leave me these notes that look like a child wrote them. Like nothing was spelled correctly. The lines were insane. It looked like a murderer would have sent you this note, like clipped out of a magazine and stuff. And it would just say stuff like, you no belong here, or you leave, or, you know, police, or whatever. Like it was hard to decipher, but I got the message. Get the fuck out of the parking lot. So I wouldn't. And occasionally I would switch cars. Like I would take my brother's car instead of like my mom's car. But nah, he had eyes on me. So I was like, I gotta solve this problem, because the alternative to parking in the parking lot is to park like a couple blocks away and park on the street. Now, one, that was like a long walk, and I had a lot of books and I was lazy. And two, you had to parallel park. I don't know if you know me like that, but your girl can't parallel park. The Cadillac that I drive now, it has cameras and stuff. I still cannot parallel park. I don't even try it. Like, we're driving around, we're downtown, we can't find parking, we're driving for an hour, someone sees a spot. If I have to parallel park to get into that spot does not exist. The limit does not exist. It doesn't exist to me. So that was a problem. But also my mom, like I said, had a newer car. She didn't really want me necessarily parking it on a super full street with a bunch of student drivers trying to parallel park, because can't none of us parallel park. I mean, maybe not you can, but I certainly can. So that was an issue, right? Plus we kept getting egged. Like, I think somebody didn't like my brother or something, so like the car was getting egged and I was like, what the fuck? That's rude. But anyway, so I thought, well, I can't park out there and I can't park in the parking lot. So what is the girl to do? My mom is not gonna put me in the insurance. I need to be able to park at the school. So I sat there thinking, like, you know, I tried to get this thing the legitimate way. I need a place to park. I can't park on the street. I have to park in the parking lot. I try to give you the money. I try to show you the insurance. I try to be legit. If you don't want me to be legit, well, I'm gonna do things however I need to do things. So, me and my friend, who shall remain nameless, but that's still my boo, we decided we were gonna get that parking pass. So we went into that office, bullshitting with, I think it was like the head of the driver's ed department actually, that gave out the parking passes. The parking passes themselves were just this like, it was just a stack of stickers basically, and they each had a number on them. And they were just wrapped up in like a rubber band, and they were inside of the desk drawer in her little office, like in this like little side hallway. So one day after school, we go in there to talk to them, and I'm bullshitting and stuff, and I'm like, yo, like, man, I really wish I could have a parking pass. Like, I really wish that, you know, I didn't have to park so far away, yada, yada, yada. And she's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, there's nothing you can do. She's like, no, there's nothing I can do. And then she gets up. And me and my boo, right? Me and my girl were standing there, and she gets up and she leaves, and I was like, let's do this. So I went and I opened the drawer, and she was lookout, and I went and I opened that drawer, and I pulled out that stack of parking passes, and I was like, I'm gonna just skim a couple off of here, yoink, put them bitches in my pocket, put it back, close the drawer, exited that room. Like, all right, peace, cool, no parking pass for me. It's all good, I still love you though, see you tomorrow. So then I left. Now I had a handful of parking passes, okay? And we skedaddled our little asses out of there. That day, I decided to take a parking pass, put that bitch on my car, and then I gave her a parking pass because one of her friends also needed one. She also needed a car to park. Or rather, she also had a car to park, and a lot of us had the issue of our parents wouldn't put us on their insurance, or the car wasn't insured at all. So a bunch of us needed parking passes. So they ended up getting dispersed, and a few of them made their way out into the world. Now, I decided to start parking in the parking lot, and of course I had a little bit of attention on me because the guy knew the car, but when he saw it and he saw I had a parking pass, he was like, you know, okay, cool, whatever. He stopped messing with me. He didn't like go research the number to see if it was registered to my car. He just saw that it had a pass. Everything was cool. Life was freaking perfect. So everything was great. And then this bitch, okay, so my friend's friend, not my friend, she's not my friend. Let's make that very clear. My friend's friend, because my friend didn't have a car, but her friend had a car, right? So my friend's friend gets caught with a fake ass parking pass, right? So she gets caught having a parking pass that's not registered to her car. I don't remember how she got caught. I don't know how that happened. Like, I don't know. I don't remember the details of all that, but this bitch, okay, when they caught her, they caught the other numbers that were around it. The numbers were, sequential. So they caught the other numbers that were around that parking pass number. One of those numbers was the number that was on my car. So they came and they said, where did you get this parking pass? And I was like, oh, you know what? You're right. I didn't get it the legitimate way because I really tried, but you wouldn't give it to me. So the way that I got it was I bought it off of these two Mexican guys that were wearing black hoodies. Now, we said that because 85% of the school was Mexican and 100% of the school wore black hoodies. Our colors were black and red. We wore black hoodies. You can't wear like solid colors like red or yellow or whatever because they're all gang colors and that's the kind of school we went to. So everybody had black hoodies, okay? And everybody was Mexican. So I was like, yeah, two Mexican guys wearing black hoodies. That's where I got it from. They came walking down the street, they saw me trying to parallel park, and they were like, bitch, you can't parallel park. You trying to buy a parking pass. And so I bought a parking pass off them. That's what I said. Great story, perfect story. Mexicans in black hoodies. Perfect story. Perfect. They said, well, take that bitch off your car, stop parking, go on with your set, you know, go on with your day, whatever. I said, okay, cool. I got out of that. Okay, you caught me. I can't park there anymore. Time to figure out a new scheme. No. That's not what this other bitch did. They said, where did you get the parking pass? What did she say? I got it from Sarah Ray Vargas. Bitch, you ain't heard snitches get stitches? Because I will fuck you up on sight to this day. No, I'm just kidding, guys. No, but seriously, so she snitched on us and she said that she got it from us. And she said that we stole it. And I was like, no, this hoe didn't just rat me out. And I was like, listen, you are my girl, but you need to check your girl. Because no, the fuck she didn't just rat us out. That was rude as hell. But they told us, you know, if you don't tell the truth, if you don't tell us where it came from, how you got it, yada, 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 whatever, then you guys are not gonna get to go to homecoming. Because this was right at the beginning of the school year, so homecoming was like right around the corner. And I was like, oh no, they didn't. Like, I finally have a boyfriend. You could tell me I can't go homecoming. Like the first time I have a date. I know it's in the cafeteria, but like it's still a big deal. So they told us we weren't gonna get to go to homecoming. I was like, bitch, please, I'm gonna go to homecoming. Anyway, long story short, which is too late for that, we stole hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars worth of parking passes. We distributed them. They wanted to know who got them. I don't know who got them home. So I'm about to snitch. I'm not no snitch, okay? I'm not gonna snitch on that. And so, yeah, we got them and they were like, well, you know, you could be expelled for this and this is, you know, somehow kind of theft and whatever. You trying to get arrested, da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, no, don't do that. Please be cool, Mr. Tomich. I like you. You look like Mr. Clean. Come on. I get good grades and only like 16 people in this whole school get good grades. So do you really want your good grade students to not be at the school anymore? And they were like, no, no we don't. So ultimately they decided that they would not expel us. They didn't even suspend us and these bitches got to go to homecoming. So we both ended up going to homecoming and ultimately we really didn't get in very much trouble, I think, because we were good kids, like on paper, you know, like our grades. And when you go to a school that has super, super, super bad grades, the kids that actually get good grades, like they are vital to the to the success of that school. Like they're not gonna get the tax dollars anymore because it's a public school. Like they're not gonna get the money anymore if none of the kids get good grades. So ultimately, I sweet talked my way out of that mess. But listen, if they would have just given me the thing to begin with, like if I could have just had the parking pass, I gave them the money, I gave them the insurance, they wouldn't let me have it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, so that's my story. I did end up just basically skipping a ton of school and like never going or going really late or leaving. I was still parking in that parking lot. Like, I just do not know how to learn my lesson. I was switching cars. I was doing whatever I needed to do because you were not about to make me parallel park. That's really what this whole video should have been about. Like, all of the dumb things I have gotten myself into because I don't know how to parallel park. But anyway, that's the end of my story. If you guys have any story time suggestions, anything you want to hear about from me, then let me know down in the comments. Let me know how you feel about these videos. And that's all I have to say. I hope that you guys enjoyed, I don't know, the video and your day. Go out, smell the fresh air, pick up a leaf, bring it inside, tape a piece of paper over it, color it with a crayon, make some artwork, man. Do some cool stuff. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Give me a thumbs up if you're cool, and don't if you're not, I guess. Alright, see you guys. Bye!